All right, we are live on the Coach Eli Television Network, YouTube, Facebook, and D Live. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here on this beautiful, amazing Monday evening to start off the brand new week. It's a brand new week, and like I said, I'm glad you could join me here because I have another great show for you folks here tonight with a great topic. And as I always say at the beginning of my shows now, even though it is Monday, August 9th, 2021, the day this live stream is happening, if you're viewing this on the replay later today, tomorrow, later on in the week, in the month, or sometime over the course of the year or down the road, there's a lot of value here that's evergreen. So you're going to want to stick around and check out the whole show. I do take some breaks in between my shows if you're here for the first time. And if you're watching on the replay, you can just skim right through that on your app or on your computer and then get right back to the content. So just making you aware that, hey, the content is valuable even though you may not be here live. But before we get to the topic tonight, and I also have a very interesting first segment to share something that just happened. Let me make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out on the YouTube side of things, and it absolutely has. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure it's rolling smoothly. It is. The back end of Facebook is rolling well, and D Live. I love saying that. D Live is live. It's working. But I always check the front end of Facebook and D Live because Queen Helen Casey would let me know in the chat. She's always the first one here if anything was wrong on the YouTube side of things. Facebook. You always check the front end of Facebook and... All right, let's check out D Live. Here we go. All right, let's check out D Live. Wow, that's quick. Very, very little delay or latency over on D Live and Facebook. I do use normal latency on YouTube for the absolute highest quality, and that means there's about a 20 to 25 second delay based on, what I say and goes out to the chat, but it's definitely worth it for minimal to zero buffering and the highest quality possible. All right. Welcome to the show. We have BBB2 in the house. Blue Ball Brandon, hit that thumbs up. Thank you for being here tonight, sir. Queen Helen Casey's in the house. The Queen is here. She says, you're good. Thank you so much. And nothing happening on Facebook or D Live yet, but I will be checking in periodically over on Facebook and D Live throughout the show to see if there are any questions, comments, or concerns. Now, tonight, oh, look who's here. Holly Hopeful and Blessed, channel member and moderator. Hi, Eli and everyone. Welcome to the show. Tonight, we're going to be discussing, guys, how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zoned. One more time. Guys, how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zoned. Before we get to that, I have a couple of pieces of business. First and foremost, this is a community update here real quick. Ma'am, I don't know if you're watching behind the scenes. Sandra P. We're just going to call you Sandra P. for now. You know who you are. And I got your email earlier today. I did unblock you on Hangouts and sent you a message on Hangouts. And you are more than welcome to come back to the Coach Eli clan. You're actually a Bay Area local like myself. And, despite things that happened in the past, I think you now realize that things are different and things are more so heading in the right direction. And I'd love to welcome you back with open arms. I wanted to take the first part of my show here to pay a special tribute to you, ma'am, and to thank you for reaching out and your patience throughout figuring things out over the past several years. I have eliminated virtually all drama from my channel, and we don't talk about stuff like that anymore, and we don't care about what other people are doing. We're just moving forward and, creating real content to truly help people. And the topics I've been discussing here lately are crucial topics for men and for women. And, I just want to continue focusing on that. And I'm glad you acknowledged that in your email, ma'am. So once I hear back from you on Hangouts, we can definitely connect. You can send me your channel link, and I'll unban you, and I'll even welcome you back to the moderator crew, ma'am. I greatly appreciate you, and thank you for taking the time and making the effort to reach out to me. Lots of love from Coach Eli and the Coach Eli clan. And I've already talked to people in the private mod chat behind the scenes, Queen Helen Casey and all that. Queen said, she said that you comment on her channel every now and then. We'd love to have you back. We'd love to have you back. No obligations, no pressure. You know how it is over here. People can come and go as they wish, including the moderators. So anyway, Queen Helen Casey says, I started to watch a live stream on Facebook because Officer Ella French was killed Saturday night in Chicago. Sorry to hear about that. Holly, hopeful and blessed. Hi, Queen. Queen says hello, Holly. BBB2, thank you for your kind sentiments. It's as far as I can say about that. Anyway, so before we get to the topic here tonight, one more piece of, it's not really even business. It's, I've been on this new dating app that I've been saying I'm going to announce very soon. Sometime this week, I will announce what dating app I've been using. And I literally now have probably close to 75 connections on there, active conversations, right? And, the topic tonight is, guys, how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zoned. So it's how to prevent being her therapist and also prevent being friend zoned at the same time. Because if you end up being a woman's therapist, her emotional tampon, like if you look at the thumbnail that you clicked in here tonight, it says, guys, don't be the emotional tampon. Guys, don't be the emotional tampon. Because you're going to be giving free therapy services that you aren't even licensed to do, right? And you're going to be doing that because you're thinking that that's going to get you the woman and, get a lot more, right? But in essence, you're doing the complete opposite. You're doing yourself a disservice, right? You're giving away your services for free and getting nothing in return. You're trying to squeeze the cow, but no milk is coming out. Queen's laughing. I sent, before I even put this stream out publicly, I sent the thumbnail image to the Coach Eli clan moderator crew behind the scenes on Hangout, our private group. And Queen Helen Casey got a big kick out of that, huh, Queen? I keep it raw and real, right, Queen Helen Casey? But anyway, so right before I went live on the air, folks, I like to discuss things in real time. Let me say one more thing before I get this. I like discussing things in real time. And I like to talk about topics that other creators talk about as well. But these other creators, they present the material differently. What they'll do is they'll do a pre-recorded 20-minute video and read an article and share their feedback, and that's it. The reason why I do these live streams is because I get to go into greater detail and share my experiences and also engage with you in the chat. And if you can't make it to the live stream, you can always comment on my live stream replay, right? But besides that, I feel a 20-minute video is just a very, very short snippet of any particular topic. And I feel there's a lot more detail that is involved in learning these principles so we can all better ourselves, right? So what you're going to get here on my channel on YouTube and also simulcasted on Facebook and D Live, you're going to get an extensive type of program that's going to go into deep detail regarding each particular subject, right? Because again, if you do something real quick, yeah, you might get a lot more views on that. Yeah, it might be easier to consume. But if you really want to learn the principles of how to be a better man, how to be a better woman, how to better navigate this crazy digital online dating app world we live in nowadays, more details the better. I want people to become a student and learn what I learned, learn from my mistakes, And that way you'll make fewer mistakes the first time around. And eventually you won't make any mistakes. And at the very least, if it doesn't work out with a particular woman, you're going to know to withdraw a lot sooner than waste time on the wrong woman. And that drains your energy to the point of where when the right woman comes around, you're going to have no energy to, try to get a date with her and make things work with her, right? Now, I'm going to give you an example of a woman that I'm not going to talk with. This woman just connected with me. And she looks pretty cute. She's a cute 45-year-old. She looks Asian. Although she looks kind of mixed. Maybe she's Asian, Tongan, whatever, right? She's 5 feet tall, but she's petite. She's pretty cute. And I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but I can look at a woman's picture and I can tell if she's more introverted or extroverted. This woman looks introverted. I'm not trying to stereotype, but I can tell, right? So we swiped right on each other. We connected. She sent me the first message, and all she said was hi, right? And she doesn't use her full name on the app. She just has the letter C. I guess her name starts with a C, right? So she said hi. I got back to her and said, "Hi, C. What's your actual name?" ? It's nice to connect with you here. How's your day going? And what are you seeking on this app? She goes, "Hello, Eli. Nice to virtually meet you." Man, that's a nerdy, introverted response, man. But okay, oh well. "I'm happy to share my name if we meet in real life. So what am I going to call you in the meantime, ma'am? C?" Okay. "Women have different challenges while internet dating. Stalkers." Ma'am, you just got yourself eliminated. Every woman has dealt with that. Every guy's dealt with female stalkers. Ma'am, you're jaded. You're basically coming out here on the defense. And that's a big turnoff to any guy, right? And ma'am, unless you have some unique name, and even if you do, someone else is probably going to have that name. Putting out your first name, ma'am, is not going to get guys trying to find out where you're at and try to come to your place and stalk you and do all that. Ma'am, you're really guarded and really jaded. And here's the thing, ma'am. I've got 75 other connections that are going to make it easier for me. Some women even put their full name on this app, and others will give me their numbers. Why am I going to focus any time on getting to know you when I have 75 other options that are going to make it easier? This is what women don't understand. You women are eliminating yourselves, like I did on my stream. I think it was a day ago or the other day. I think it was a couple days ago. Okay. "I have one last meeting at 7 p.m., but my day has been pretty good, aside from not getting enough sleep last night." I could care less, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't need to. This is what happens with these women. They try to overcompensate for being guarded by trying to give you more than you ask for in other ways, right? All I want to know is, how's your day going? My day's going well. My day could be better, but I'm okay, right? That's a simple answer. I don't need the whole life story, man, because I don't care about your life story unless we start dating and we're intimate and we're in a relationship. You got to keep it simple, right? As to your last question, my expectations on this app are firmly grounded in reality. Wow! As to your last question, my expectations on this app are firmly grounded in reality. Ma'am, are you one of those spiritual healers? Because I've dealt with them, ma'am. Let me tell you, you're a little cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. But if what you are really asking is whether I'm looking for an arrangement or a relationship, then ideally I am in search of a psychologically and emotionally healthy life partner. Man, you sound like a nerd, like a nerdy PhD or something. Whoa, ma'am, ma'am, you are intelligent. I'm going to give you that, ma'am. But you lack social skills to the point of where I don't care how cute you are. It's not worth my time. See, guys, this is the type of stuff you have to look for. She's a cute woman. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. But she's 45 years old. Well, she has children. She drinks sometimes. Doesn't smoke. Doesn't do the 420. No drugs. That's good. And she's a liberal, which, and here in the Bay Area, you're going to get a lot of liberal women. And that's fine. It's not a big deal. But what this woman doesn't understand is that if she's too introverted and too closed off to the point of where she fears putting out her first name. So if I have a phone call with her, I got to call her, "Hey, C, how you doing, C? I really enjoyed talking with you, C." If she's that guarded with her name and won't give you her first name until she meets you, you can only imagine how guarded she is with everything else, including intimacy, right? This is the kind of woman that would make you work it for months and months and months before you even get a kiss, and let alone being intimate, right? This woman here, what's going to happen? She's going to meet a lot of beta males, right? She's going to have to settle for a beta male that's going to deal with all of this stuff, right? And this beta male is also going to be her therapist, like I mentioned the topic of this stream, right? And he's going to get no sex, nothing romantic, because she's closed off, because she wants to spend a lot of time with him to make sure he's going to be around and not be a stalker and not use it for sex or anything, right? This is one of those women that's overly structured, right? She's not, relaxed and open just to see whatever happens. But if what you are really asking is whether I am looking for an arrangement or a relationship, ma'am, I've never heard somebody call it an arrangement, a woman call it an arrangement. They say hookup, right? Ma'am, you don't even know the terminology of the modern world, and you're 2 years younger than me. Translated, if you're asking what I'm looking for, a hookup or relationship, then ideally, Eli, so sexy, man. I am in search of a psychologically and emotionally healthy life partner. No, ma'am, you want a psychologically psychopathic partner that's emotionally and mentally unstable, ma'am. I'm not going to block her. I'm just going to let her sit. But enough of that. I'll let you folks know later on in the week what app I'm using. And again, if you're a guy and you get on a good app like this, which I will recommend and suggest later on in the week when I reveal it, and you do the right thing on this app, you're going to have 50, 40, 50, 60 connections gone. And I'd probably say half of them will be laid-back women that use their name, that are open to exchanging numbers. Those are the women you want to focus on. The other 30, like this one, especially if they're as guarded as this one, to the point of where she won't even give her first name. You can't work with that. Why are you going to invest your time on a woman that's going to be guarded and make things difficult when you have so many other options where those women will make it easier for you? Ladies, you got to understand one thing, ladies. The more difficult you make it on men, the less of a chance you have of getting any man. Because there are other women out there that are going to make it easier. And I'm not saying easy to the point of where they're easy women to get into their pants. No, what I mean is they're going to use their name. They don't fear being stalked and harassed. I mean, look, that's happened to every woman at one point or another. And even us guys have been stalked and harassed. I've been stalked and harassed too. That's part of the game. But why do you have to let it, why do you have to let it hinder your progress on a dating site if you're looking for something real? Right? You just invested your time, ma'am, to write me a couple paragraphs that are going to get you absolutely nowhere. And you're going to realize if you come across good, strong men like me and behave this way, we're going to automatically eliminate you or ghost you, right? Now, you're going to get some beta males. But what's going to happen with the beta males, right? They're not going to be manly enough for you, but they're going to sit around and be your best friend and be your therapist, right? And you may like that for a little while, but when you realize they're not man enough for you, right? And they never make a move, right? And even if they make a move, you're going to, be so guarded. It's never going to work. You got to change your attitude. You got to change your mindset and attitude. And you have to have a little less fear than you do. Look, like I say to the ladies out there, both men and women need to be cautious, a little bit cautious in the online dating world or dating in general, right? You got to have a little bit of caution. But if you're overly cautious, like this woman, if you're overly cautious to the point of where, someone just can't get in, then there's no point. It's not worth it. All right, so here's how tonight's show is going to go. I'm going to, do a little prelude into the show here. I'm going to make my statement regarding how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zoned. And then I have a total of 4 Reddit postings. I'm going to read one of them, then take a break, and then I'm going to come back and go through the rest of the 3. I may take a second break and go into a third segment. We'll see how it goes. But these Reddit postings tonight, they're just as interesting as the last ones have been. I love Reddit because you have real people asking real hardcore questions on topics that I love discussing and that I know you folks want to learn about, right? So the first one's going to be from the subreddit Purple Pill Debate, and it's titled, Being an Emotional Tampon is Inherent to True Friendship. And the first line, I'll just read that. A significant amount of men here think that women use men for being their emotional tampons. They do. If this is a dude that thinks otherwise, we'll read the rest of it when we get to it. But they do. The next one is from the subreddit Are Nice Guys. I'm going to join that subreddit right now. And the title is Emotional Tampon, and this person shared a posting, I guess, from his phone, a screenshotted posting titled, The Friend Zone is the End Zone. The friend zone is the end zone. I like that. But typically in football, when you get to the end zone, that's where you want to be. What he's saying here is if you get in the friend zone, that's the end of anything romantic possibly happening with that woman. It's over. If you stick around, you're going to be the emotional tampon. Then the third subreddit is the subreddit of Female Dating Strat Pros. Female Dating Strategy Pros? Wow. Only the best posts and concepts from the subreddit Female Dating Strategy. Yeah, that's a very popular subreddit, Female Dating Strategies. This posting is titled, How to Build a Harem of Male Slaves Who Serve Your Every Whim. How to Build a Harem of Male Slaves Who Serve Your Every Whim. That sounds splendid. That sounds like something I want to sign up for right now, ladies. Sign me up for that. The first line, Queens, it's time for us to be honest with ourselves. Well, you should be honest with yourselves, but the way you're still going, thinking this way, you're fooling yourselves, ladies. And the last, and the last one is from the actual Female Dating Strategy subreddit I read from yesterday. I'm still joined there. They haven't booted me out. I'm still there, Queen. It says join. This was created February 27, 2019. Strategy, 40-plus female dating strategy women. The long game. Strategy, 40-plus. Female dating strategy, women, the long game. I want to read this to you folks because there's a checklist here. I probably won't read any of the comments here because it'll take too long, but the posting is interesting because it has a checklist that is part of these ladies' strategy, right? And like I've said in the past, like I've said in the recent past, female dating strategies don't make sense to me. Why? Because women are emotional beings. Women respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Then they reason with logic. So there's no logical thing that attracts a woman to a man. Why? Because women are attracted to a man because they feel attraction. They feel a connection. They feel safe, right? The key word there, ladies, is feel. How can you strategize what attracts you to a man and what type of man you want when it doesn't matter? What matters is how you feel, because you're an emotional being and you respond to everything emotionally first based on how you're feeling in the present moment. So in essence, when you're trying to strategize, okay, I need this man to check this box, 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 right? In essence, you're not acting feminine. You're acting masculine because men logically think things through first, and then we may shed some emotion. Women do it the opposite way. Does it mean that women are not logical? No, but you're not naturally and biologically logical with things first. Ladies, what matters to you most is how you're feeling in the present moment. Female dating strategies. Yeah, and you know what's interesting? When we get to these postings, Holly, hopeful, and blessed, I've been seeing a lot of women call guys scrotes. And I looked that up today. You know what scrotes are? It's short for scrotum or scrotums, right? They call us guys scrotes now, right? Because we have a scrotum, right? That's so professional. That's so inviting, right? That's so sexy, ladies. You call us scrotes. So in essence, you ladies are more so acting masculine like dudes. If you calling us scrotes, it's like guys calling you chicks, right? Right? We call you chicks. You call us scrotes, right? Scrotes. Holly Hope and Bless says, scrotum, say it with me. Yeah. Hey, Darren, how you doing, bro? I just noticed you were there, bro. Long time no see. I'm glad you're here, bro. I just saw you. I'll be checking in on Facebook every 5 to 10 minutes or so, bro. How's it going, dude? It's so great to see you here. It's so great to see you here, bro. Let's see. I don't know about that in this day, says Holly. In this day and age, people are nuts. That's true. Information Man Show, peace and respect. I watched your show last night on the replay. Thank you, Information Man Show. Information Man Show, I haven't received one single email from you, bro. And I know you said you've been sending me emails. I haven't received any from you. Are you just not sending them? It's okay, bro. It doesn't matter. That's quite odd. Anyway, dude, not a big deal. Enjoy the show, and we'll figure out how to connect one day if it's meant to be, bro. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Queen Helen Case says, hello, Information Man. Holly says, scrotum, say it with me, LOL. Holly's laughing. What happens when you say scrotum? Holly, give me your phone, says Queen. Nope, Queen, having too much fun. That's great. I'm glad you're enjoying the show tonight. I'm glad you're enjoying the show tonight. And I just got matched up with another profile on this site. This is a woman that is not showing any full body pictures. That's another thing, guys. If these women do not show full body pictures, it means they're hiding excess weight. I don't mean to be rude. That's the truth, right? If you're going to put yourself on a dating site and you don't want someone to see your whole body because you feel they would eliminate you, what's to say they wouldn't eliminate you when they see you. Why waste their time? Why waste your time? And most guys know when women only show headshots, you're hiding a body you're not proud of, right? So that one's not going to even get a response. It's not all about the looks, but hey, it does matter to a certain extent. And if they're trying to hide that, they're going to try to hide other insecurities. This is too much. I'll try to send one again this evening. No problem, bro. No worries, dude. And Information Man Show furthermore says, hello, Queen. Queen says, Eli, are you sure you are giving Information Man the right email address? It's on the About section of my channel, Queen. It's in the description section of my YouTube videos and live stream replays. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's on him. Emails are pretty simple to send, and I don't think I ever blocked them. There was never a reason to. Anyway, it's all good. Not a big deal. All right, so guys, how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zone. Here's the thing, okay? Now, guys, I've been through this in my younger days. I don't let it happen to me anymore, but I've been through this in my younger days. And in my younger days, I used to talk to women for weeks and sometimes months before meeting them. I wanted to kind of build this relationship with them on the phone and make it feel like we've been dating for a while, so we feel comfortable when we meet to give ourselves the best possible shot of connecting in person. Now, 15, 20 years ago, and before that, that actually worked sometimes or most of the time. Because that's before smartphones came out. We had our computers. We had to log into the computer to communicate with people, or we would have to talk on the phone. There were less distractions. Now we have these damn smartphones, and we have notifications going off all day, every day. And let me tell you, even for me as a man, it's become overwhelming lately to the level of, the overwhelming feeling that women get because I got on this new app and I learned how to use it and how to get a lot of connections. And I have like I said earlier, 75 connections right now. It's crazy, right? But back in those days, it was a little bit different. It wasn't as crazy. We had to log into our computer to, check our emails and notifications and stuff like that from dating sites, right? And if we were on the phone with somebody, we weren't on our computer, so we didn't know what was happening, right? Nowadays, you could be talking with somebody on your phone, and you get a notification from another person that you're more interested in, and then you want to leave that conversation and go to them in the middle of the conversation, right? The distractions nowadays are crazy. They are, okay? Nowadays, if you do what I used to do, that used to work for the most part, but not anymore. Now, if you spend too much time, let's say you meet a woman on a dating site, right? And you like each other's pictures, you chat through the chat of the dating app for a little while, right? Through the message portion, right? Message section. And then you exchange numbers and you start talking on the phone. Okay? If you talk more than once or twice before you meet, then you have to understand what's really happening there. Some women will say, I just want to take the time to get to know the guy. I want to talk on the phone for a while. I've had some bad experiences and I just, I really, really want to make sure, right? You get one of those women, you want to eliminate them, right? But even if you're talking to a woman that seems interested, right? And a lot of times that's what they do. Even if they're not really interested in you, they're going to come off that way, right? Right? So if you go more than a couple of phone conversations, right? And then the woman starts to talk with you about her days, which is fine. Or if she tries to talk with you about an ex-boyfriend or an ex-husband or another emotional issue. If she's talking with you about emotional issues and stuff, and you're, sitting there listening to her for hours and say, that's okay. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, right? In essence, you're being an emotional tampon. And she's not interested in you for a relationship. If she was interested in you for a relationship, she would want to meet you after one or two calls, and she wouldn't be opening up to you about all those things at this point. Okay? Because a healthy woman would know, everybody has baggage, right? But a healthy woman would know that if she lays out her baggage onto you before you meet her, all of it, that you're not going to meet her, right? Now, does that mean if you start dating a woman, do you not emotionally support her? No. There's a difference here. You guys got to understand the difference here, okay? And this is going to sound kind of, how do I say this the right way? It's going to sound like, I'm having a one-track mind, but it's not. I don't have a one-track mind. But the truth of the matter is this. Until you know a woman is fully into you and is starting to date you for the right reasons, I wouldn't start emotionally supporting her at that level. And what is the only way a guy knows that a woman is fully into him? You folks can tell me in the chat. I'll give you a minute to tell me in the chat. Guys and gals, you tell me, what is the one thing that a woman can do to prove to a man that she's really into him? What is the only thing guys nowadays will believe when a woman is really into him? Let's see if the chat gets it. I'm sure Holly will get it. I'm sure Queen will probably get it. Information Man, she'll probably get it. So this one thing happens, guys. You're not going to know if she's really into you. Okay? Because a woman that's really into you, Holly Hopeful and Blessed is laughing. You know what it is. I'm just going to say it. You're going to just play along in the chat, right? You're having fun tonight, right? It's sex. Until you sleep with the woman for the first time and then you see her again and you sleep with her again. And it's not just sleeping together. It's dating her with sex. Until that happens, it's not communication, Queen. It's sex. Communication, until you sleep with the woman, any emotional type of communication is being a therapist. Okay? Women show high interest. She calls him. She's interested in his time that he has available to spend with her. She goes out of her way to do little things for him, maybe cook a dinner. So, once you're intimate with a woman you've been talking with and you see her again, you start dating and you're intimate consistently, at that point, nothing wrong with you being her rock, nothing wrong with you being emotionally supportive, nothing wrong with you hearing her out. At that point, it's no problem. Until you get to that intimate level, if you start being the emotional tampon to the woman, basically being her therapist, it's never going to get you anywhere. She's going to perceive you as, a weak, needy, desperate, insecure guy. She's going to perceive you as just she's going to perceive you as one of the girls, because that's what girls do. Girls emotionally support each other on that stuff, right? And if you're a guy that's doing that before you get into a relationship with her and sleep with her and solidify that relationship, then in essence, she's seeing you as one of the girls instead of a guy that she wants to be with, right? So again, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with you emotionally supporting a woman as a man once you know she's into you for the right reasons, right? It's like the phrase, how does it go? Why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free, right? That's how the lady's looking at it. The lady's looking at it, why buy the cow or squeeze the cow, buy the cow if you can get the milk for free, right? Holly says, cue tampon ad here. I've been getting demonetized on these streams lately, and I've had to submit it for manual review, and then they get approved. I wonder if I've been demonetized on this one. I have. I've already been demonetized. I got to submit it for manual review. Been demonetized. Guys, how to prevent how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zoned. The artificial intelligence thinks it's not advertiser friendly. That's, Anyway, give me a second here. So that's the way to look at it, guys. That's the way to look at it, right? If a woman is going to try to, use you as use you in the same ways that she would use one of her girlfriends, or not use one of her girlfriends, but talk with one of her girlfriends, she's not seeing you as a dating prospect, right? Or maybe she's just not really ready to date, but she likes the attention of the man and she wants to get your attention in a different way, right? And see, a lot of you beta males are thinking, well, if I'm her emotional tampon now, you're not saying it that because you didn't even know what it is. If you knew what it was, you wouldn't let her do it to you. But if I am supportive of her now, I may have the chance with her once she works through this. No, dude, you're never going to get the chance. She's never going to respect you. She's never going to feel attraction for you. Okay, a woman like that, if when I come across women like that appear to just want validation or emotional support right out of the gate, I will try to change the subject and say, hey, I understand you've been through some things, but I really would love to get to know you. Would you like to get to know me? Or, I don't mean to be rude, but I mean, you're kind of sharing about some negative experiences you've had in the past, and that's great, but I don't want to make that the highlight of our conversation, right? You start to get a woman like that, and you try to turn her around one time, and if it doesn't turn around, you just got to eject. You got to get out of there. There are other healthier women you can focus your time on. Well, right now, I have a yellow icon on this, Holly, until YouTube, manually reviews it, and they should overturn it. It's pretty advertising friendly. So right now, I'm probably getting very few, if any, ads on this. So I don't think the tampon companies sponsor yellow icon videos. But when it flips to green, then maybe, right? That's all right. What's crazy information, man? Show, let me know. Holly, I hope you're going to buy all of them. And ladies are having fun in the chat regarding this topic here. Well, I was going to go and read the first Reddit posting, but I'm going to take a break right now because we're already at 43 minutes. And when I come back, I'm going to go over, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over the first two Reddit postings, and then I'll take another break and go over the last two. So they're going to be interesting. So you're going to want to stick around for that. So let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. And take a little break. Let me see here. I want to play a new song. Yeah. Let's see here what I want to play. What do I want to play? Let me see here. Okay. Just a couple more here. We're almost set. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a 10-minute or a little bit less than a 10-minute break. And when we return, we're going to get right to the first Reddit posting. Being an emotional tampon is inherent to true friendship. So stick around, stick around, stick around. We'll be right Oh yeah, gotta feel it, gotta feel it, gotta feel it. Feel it, feel it. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to feel it, okay? Take a moment, turn everything else off, clear your head, clear your mind, clear your soul, and feel it. Yeah. Okay. We're good now. We're good. We're good. Yeah. Let's get right back to it. What do you say? What do you say? All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live on the Coach Eli television network, primarily broadcasting live on YouTube in the highest quality at 1080p, 60 frames per second. If you want to join us on YouTube, go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. That's youtube.com/Life Coach Eli, or just go to your YouTube app or your laptop or desktop while signed into YouTube or your Google account and type in Coach Eli, Elias Melas. You'll see my channel there. It's the one that has over 4K subs. That way you know you're not subbing to a clone. I'm sure I have plenty of clones out there. People love to clone me. That's all right. They love me that much. We're also simulcasting live on Facebook and D-Live. Haven't checked in on Facebook in a bit. Darren's still there 28 minutes ago. Good. Been playing a lot of softball. Yeah, with Brian, right? How's that going for you, Darren, if you're still around on the Facebook side of things? Simulcasting live on Facebook and D-Live, like I said. And tonight, we have been discussing and will continue to discuss, guys, how to prevent a woman, sorry, I can't even talk, how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zoned. One more time, guys, how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zone. Come on, guys, none of you really want to be in the friend zone, right? To you guys out there that just don't understand this, the beta males primarily, right? Why would you pretend to be a woman's friend thinking that that's going to give you the best chance to get to her heart and end up being the one that she chooses, right? And end up making beautiful love to her all the time and spending quality time with her, right? First of all, guys, you have your mindset not set properly. Your mindset's not in the right place. Okay? A woman doesn't choose you. You choose her. Right? Okay? Technically, you know, you can look at it the other way around. But you guys, you have to look at yourself as the prize. Like I mentioned on the stream I did over the past couple of days. Go back and check out the past 3 or 4 or 5 streams. They've been really, really good on similar topics such as this one, right? But if you, as the guy, learn to realize that you are the prize and you want something romantic with a woman, why would you pretend to be her friend, thinking that's the way to her heart? Not only are you lying to yourself, you're lying to her, and she's picking up on that. And you might be this really nice guy, right? And she knows that you're a nice guy. She knows that you're not going to try something on her. She knows that you're safe to be around. So she'll keep you around. But because you're such a nice guy, overly nice guy, and you're pretending to be her friend to try to get, you know, in her pants or to get with her, right? Right? She's gonna use you for other things. She's going to make you feel like you have a shot with her, but she's going to use you as her therapist. You have to understand that, guys. Why would you put yourself in that position? Right? Again, why are you lying to yourself, let alone lying to the woman to her face and saying, I'm okay being friends. Can we just start off as friends? No. You know what I tell these women on these apps? They're like, I want to start off as friends and just see where it goes. Well, I'll respond and say, well, I'm not interested in just being friends. I'm only looking for something romantic. But if something romantic happens, then you automatically become my best friend, right? I was talking to a woman earlier today, and she pulled that on me, and then I responded in that way. She's like, exactly, you get it, right? She knows I'm a man. She knows she can't friend zone me. She knows she can't derail my masculinity. Women are going to test you to see how strong of a man you are. They're going to test you to see, are you a masculine man or are you a feminized beta male, right? Beta man, beta man, beta man, beta man, beta man, right? If you failed that test and she perceives you to be a beta or feminized or not man enough for her, you automatically get friend zoned. And if you don't figure that out, she'll keep you around and use you for other things. Like I said, as a therapist, maybe she'll go out to dinners with you and you won't get any nookie. Okay? Maybe she'll get you to drive her places or do other things for her, right? In essence, you become her slave, right? Is that what you want? Queen loves the Beta Man song, huh, Queen? Queen, you have absolutely zero respect for the Beta Mons. Darren, 3 minutes ago on Facebook, on Friday, have a championship game. Well, good luck to you, bro, and congratulations making it that far. That's awesome. Sounds like you have a great softball team. Awesome, bro. Awesome. All right, so like I said, the topic tonight is how to prevent being a woman's therapist and getting friend zone. We're going to get to the first Reddit posting here, but first let me read the chat on the YouTube side of things. That was a long break, says Holly. Yeah, it was a little bit of a longer break. I had to take care of a few things. I just got a text from one of the women I've been talking with. Texted her at 12:05 p.m. She got back to me at 6:05 p.m. Pacific time, about a little less than 10 minutes ago. Hello. Sorry, just got home. Busy day. Okay. Yeah, I get it. You ladies are all working now, and you have to balance your work and your personal life. You had absolutely no time to send me a quick response over the last 6 hours because you were that busy at work. You never got a break. You never had to go use the restroom. Okay. No, that's okay. I'm not, I'm not upset. I'm just saying that's what happens, right? That's what we're dealing with nowadays. You also have to look for a woman that's very well balanced between her work and her personal life, right? And that's one thing I make very clear with women. I'm seeking someone that has a good balance between their work and their personal life, because if not, why are we even on a dating site, right? Yeah. The good women that understand that and want something real, yeah, you're right, Eli. The ones that don't understand it and don't like being called out on the truth, they're going to get angry and then you just remove them, right? We need someone to do a cartoon on Betamon. Well, Holly, you're giving people ideas. I think you know what I mean by that, Holly. Don't give other people ideas that don't deserve to have good ideas, Holly. Holly, I follow some memers on Twitter that can help you. That's great. I'm not into memes at all. I think memes are stupid. Holly Hope when Blessed says, oh, memes, yay. Yeah, she sounds so excited by that, right? All right, let's switch on over to the browser source here. This first Reddit posting is from the subreddit, one of my favorite subreddits I've been a part of for a while. It's the Purple Pill Debate subreddit. And the title is, being an emotional tampon is inherent to true friendship. Being an emotional tampon is inherent to true friendship. It says CMV there. I'm not sure what CMV stands for. What the hell is CMV? Let me see if I can Google it. I'm not going to put it on the screen. Oh, CMV. Change my view. Jesus Christ. You have to type in CMV Reddit because people have these terms on Reddit because they don't, I guess you can only put so many characters in a title or they're just lazy. CMV, change my view. Okay, I'll change your view. I'll change your view. That's fine. Being an emotional tampon is inherent to true friendship. A significant amount of men here think that women use men for being their emotional tampons. It's true, dude. Are you a beta mon, beta mon, beta mon, beta mon, beta mon? Urban Dictionary defines emotional tampon in multiple ways. Dude, you're like a nerd. You're like a social outcast. You're like an introvert. But this is the simplest. A man who listens to women's problems but never gets any sex from them. I could have said it better myself. I'm going to give the Urban Dictionary a big round of applause for that. Urban Dictionary defines emotional tampon in multiple ways, but this is the simplest. A man who listens to women's problems but never gets any sex from them. That's called the friend zone. I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, that's what most people call a friend. That's right. A friend is someone who listens to your life problems without an underlying agenda like expecting sex. Dude, how many women have you tried to get with and you listen to their problems thinking that that was going to be the way to their heart? And you never got me, but you did. Come on, dude. A woman telling a man about her day or her relationship troubles isn't using them as an emotional tampon. She's being a friend, hoping that he will reciprocate and share and ultimately trying to connect with him as another human being. Okay, let me clear this up here. If you're a guy that has female friends and they're just friends in your eyes, and you yourself as a man, deep within, want nothing romantic with them, it's okay to be friends with them in that way and support them. But if you are a guy that is interested in a woman and she's, not making it easy for you to get with her romantically, but she's being nice to you and she's vomiting all her problems on you or her issues on you, and you're supporting her in that way. If you want to be with her romantically and you're doing that before you get romantic, you're going to get friend zoned. So again, nothing wrong. Like, I'm friends with Queen Helen Casey. I'm friends with Holly Hopeful and Blessed. She's married. We're friends. I'm friends with her husband too. I've talked with her husband. Nothing wrong with a man and woman being friends as long as you understand, as a guy, that it's just friends and you want nothing more than that. But if you're seeking something romantic with a woman and you think that being her emotional tampon is going to be the door to her heart, then you got some issues. Dude, this dude doesn't get it. This guy's probably in his 20s or teens and just doesn't get it. Let's see what the comments said. The issue is indeed reciprocity, but there's another issue. Women just want to be listened to without much input. Men are the opposite. That's true, because women are emotional beings. They want to be heard. They don't necessarily want you to tell them what to do. You never tell a woman what to do unless she asks you, babe, what should I do in this situation, right? You're dating a woman and she says, babe, I don't know what to do. What should I do in this situation? Like, I remember my ex Dana, and she was working, after she got divorced, she was working a day job. She was running her own business when she owned her own home with her husband. When they sold the house, she couldn't run her in-home daycare anymore. And when I met her, she had moved into an apartment with her 2 daughters. And she was working for a daycare company, making about 1/3 of what she made running her own business. And she had a settlement and all that, but her money was running out. And she had to find a way to provide for her kids. And she came to me and said, I don't know what to do, babe. What should I do? I said, babe, I have a suggestion for you. It's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. But how about restarting your business and getting back into a house, and I'll help you get into that. Do you think I could do that? I don't know if I could do that with my income level and this and that. Well, I know of some ways that it can be done. Are you open to it? Right? You don't tell her what to do. You make suggestions, right? So I listened to her. She wanted to be heard. I listened to her. And then she asked me, I don't know what to do. What should I do, babe? Right? And then I made suggestions. I said, babe, I have some suggestions if you're open to hearing them, right? That's it. And then you put your suggestions out there, and then you wait to see what she says. In this case, she said, all right, that's a great idea. Let's talk more about it over dinner, and let's figure this out. Okay, great, right? But yeah, that's true. Women want to more so be heard. They want to be listened to without much input. Because if you give them input, they're basically thinking that you're trying to tell them what to do, or you're trying to change their emotional feeling. Okay? Never, ever, 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 ever tell a woman what to do. You can ask a woman for something. You can ask her politely to do something, right? But never tell them, right? Because you want the same respect as a man, don't you? Men are the opposite. Well, I don't really like being told what to do. I like being asked. But if a woman came to me and tried to tell me to do something, I could brush it off. If she was a little demanding every now and then, having a moment, I could brush it off. But if she continuously was demanding all day, every day, and kept that pattern up, I would just leave her. I wouldn't want to be with a woman like that. So it means that when men conform to women's style, just listen but do not offer solution, it is draining for men because it is pointless for them. Well, you got to understand, women are liberated nowadays. They're empowered. They're independent, and they don't need a man for survival anymore. They can do things on their own. You guys have to understand that, right? We used to be the providers, and we used to be, the guys that would provide the solution for the woman, meaning that she needed us for survival, right? It's different nowadays, though. Now, there are still some women out there that are a little bit more traditional and well-balanced, like my ex Dana was, but even then, I still respected her as a modern woman. But it was like 50-50, right? It's about communication and not overstepping each other's boundaries. When women listen like women, just listen without offering solutions to problems, then again, it's pointless for men, okay? On the other hand, the only downside for women is to receive unsolicited advice from men. They get to be listened to anyway. Still, some complain that men don't dare just listen. Because here's the thing. We only listen to any particular woman for one of two reasons. We're either honestly friends with them and we care about them as a friend and we want nothing romantic, or we have a romantic interest in them, or we're in a relationship with them. And why would you not listen to what somebody says when you're in a relationship? If you're not going to listen to them and they listen to you at times and you communicate, why are you together, right? What's the point then? Men complaining to their friends don't just want to be listened to, they want their input. That's because men are logical thinkers first, and then we may shed some emotion. Women are emotional processors, thinkers. Women respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Then they may reason with logic afterwards. That's what you guys don't get. You guys are not understanding the biological biggest difference between a man and a woman. Our communication styles are different. Theirs are emotional based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Ours are logical and think things out and talk things out. Now, women will talk things out with other women and get input from other women. But when it comes to men, you more so listen and you say, hey, would you like my feedback on that? That's how I talk with women. I say, hey, Would you like to know what I think about that or how I feel? You give them the option. Most of the time they'll say, yeah, I really am curious to hear how you feel. And quite honestly, any woman that doesn't want to know how I feel about that is not taking my needs into consideration. So that's like a test for me, especially when I'm first getting to know a woman, to see if something more can come out of it. That's a bit of an oversimplification, which is what I'm trying to say. Sure, there might be a style of listening more inherent to each gender, but in my relationship, it's the opposite. My husband does the just listening to, while I tend to go for the solution-focused stuff. Well, that means, man, you're the man in the relationship and your husband is the woman. You're wearing the pants. And that, honestly, man, does not work. Which he doesn't always want or need. I mean, sometimes you want advice, sometimes you just need to be listened to and empathize with. Your husband, ma'am, is a beta male. You settle for the beta male provider. You're wearing the pants. You're going to have other issues down the road that you may have already seen, or you will be seeing. And if you've already seen it, it hasn't gotten to the point of where you're turned off yet because he's not man enough for you. Anyhow, most of us are adaptable human beings that can take another person's style of listening for what it is. And if it really doesn't work for us, ask for something else or just talk to someone else. Men and women aren't that different and can and do offer each other valuable perspectives. That is true, but our communication styles are different, okay? And here's the thing, okay? When you have the woman that's speaking more logically and the man that's speaking more and behaving more emotionally, the sexual polarity is flipped. Like I said, this dude is basically the woman in the relationship and his wife is the man. Excuse me, give me a second. My allergies. I got to clear my throat a second here. All right, pardon me. Whoa! Hang on a second. The American Ape Channel 2.0 just became a channel sponsor. Hey, dude, what happened to your other channel? You're a moderator there. Dream, is that you? Dream, what happened to your other channel? You're a channel member like on 2 other channels, bro. I appreciate it. Dream, which account are you coming in here on? Because your American Dream channel is moderated. Your American Ape channel. Well, it looks like it is you. Dream, I'm only going to moderate your other channel. Unless you contact me behind the scenes and let me know that this is going to be the main channel you'll be coming in under. Then I'll moderate you on that. But thank you for becoming another $4.99 channel member, a sponsor at the $4.99 level. Welcome, bro. How are you doing tonight? I just checked and you're not live, actually, so you're just relaxing tonight. How are you at work, Dream, or what are you up to? All right. Looks like Darren is no longer out there. No worries, Darren. Thank you for stopping by if you catch parts of the replay. Information Man Show says, you're right about the woman operates off of emotions, and as men, we must think logically. Well, that's our natural essence, dude. That's how we were biologically made to be. But as you heard in the last comment response, the woman was saying her husband is more of like the woman and she's more like the man. She's the one that's thinking things out logically, and he's the one that, you know, what was the word? Let me go back and see here. My husband does the just listening to, while I tend to go for the solution-focused stuff. Solution-focused stuff is masculine energy. Just listening, does the just listening to, okay, that's feminine energy. Feminine energy. It's the opposite there. Let me see here. Where did I leave off? I don't agree. I am male and sometimes I just want someone to listen to me and understand, and that's all. I agree. I have my moments too. If I'm going to be in a relationship with a woman, like, honestly, I'm going to do my very best to be strong about everything and to not have to burden her with, having to listen to my stuff, right? But every now and then I'm going to have my moments. And a woman that really cares about you is going to listen to you and be there for you. My ex, Dana, was amazing at that. Amazing at that. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. Hang on a second. Hang on. Hang on. So this woman just gets back to me, right? I asked her for her number, right? And this is what women are doing nowadays. She gives me her number. It says, great, maybe we can video call. Because all these women have been catfished so many times, they want to verify that you're the same person through a video call. And it's a big turnoff to me. Like, I'm old school. Like, I got nothing. I'm live on YouTube, Facebook, and D Live, right? So this is not, so you folks out there know, it's not that it's not that I don't want to do a video call. I think it's very superficial. And honestly, let me go back to full screen for a second here. Honestly, on these phones, when you use the front camera, and if you're not all dolled up and stuff, you look horrible on video. Like, I'm not a bad looking guy, but on these like selfie videos, like just sitting down on your couch and stuff, you look horrible. It doesn't depict you properly. But these women want to do these video chats. I'm not afraid of it. I'll just tell this chick here. Here's a link to my YouTube channel. You want to watch my live stream? Would that suffice you? So you don't think I'm catfishing you? So I wrote back to this woman. I wrote back to her. And I said this. I said, we can talk a regular phone if that works for you. Let me know if it does, and I'll text you in a few hours to set up a call. And she's replying to me right now. She goes, sure, I can't talk today, though. Huh. No worries. I'll text you anyway, and you can respond when possible. Have a nice night. And you probably have another guy you're talking with, man. That's fine. I'm talking to other women too. If it pans out, it pans out. No worries. I'll text you anyway, and you can respond when possible. Have a nice night. This woman, she's 35 years old, 5'8". She's cute. So she's 12 years younger than me, right? And this is a woman that's going to be, I'll tell you, I'm going to be honest. It's not that I'm not attractive enough to get her or confident enough to get her. These women that are younger in their 30s, they make it difficult. Like, they know they still have a little bit of time with their sexual market value. So they have a lot of options, right? So I'll just say, okay, cool. Thanks for your number. I'll text you later tonight to arrange a car. Well, I'm not sure I can't talk today, though. No worries. I'll text you anyway, and you can respond when possible. Have a nice night. And then next thing you know, you've got others in the queue. When you have an abundant amount in the queue, it doesn't matter. You're cool and calm, right? Let them come to you when they're free. And if they hook up with another guy and they never get back to you, you've got others in the queue. It doesn't matter. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be. Holly, I knew you were playing around. I got your message behind the scenes in the Coach Eli moderator chat on Hangouts. Eli, you really got to learn when I'm playing around. I knew you were playing around, Holly, but I was playing around back with you. It's fun, Holly. If we figure each other out as friends, Holly, it won't be fun anymore, right? We got to have fun with this, right? Right, Queen? Right, Information Man Show? Right, everyone else that's here? All right. I don't agree. I'm male, and sometimes I just want someone to listen to me and understand, and that's all. Not to mention some problems just don't have solutions, or the solution is not possible to achieve in some circumstance. That's true. But hey, you can always try and talk things out, and if it's not meant to be, you move on. And it is in these situations I need someone to listen to me. If a problem had solution, I would already find it by now. Here's the thing. When it comes to men and women in a relationship, the fewer problems you could bring to your woman, the more masculine you are, the better it is. Men are problem solvers on their own. Women, yes, while they may be empowered and they're stronger and they're doing a lot more problem solving today than they did back in the days of traditionalism, and they've learned more, right? They still naturally, need more help solving their problems than men do. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes us men will have such a, big problem or larger than usual problem. And if we're with someone, we should be able to go to them and run it by them. Hey, babe, I'm kind of going through something right now. You mind if I run it by you? All right? All right. Yeah, babe, anything. Babe, I love you. I want to hear you out. Blah, blah, blah. If she really loves you and cares for you, babe, I get it. I support you. I know it's kind of unusual. Yeah, it's kind of weird, babe, but you know what? You've done so many great things for me. You've been so supportive of me. That's the least I can do for you, right? So nothing wrong with that. So this one's responding to, but there's another issue. Women just want to be listened to without much input. Men are the opposite. So it means that when men conform to women's style, it is draining for men because it is pointless for them. When women listen like women, then again, it's pointless for them. So this dude is responding to what another person said above. This is actually pretty spot on. Men don't think in terms of emotional wallowing. They think in terms of cause and effect, problem solving, objective, completion, etc. They're thinking very logically. But at the same time, you've got to be emotionally aware, and you have to learn to understand the most important thing when dealing with women. Women respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. So whenever you speak with a woman, you have to understand you're going to trigger her emotions in one of two ways, good or bad. Which way would you prefer to trigger a woman's emotions? Good or bad? Listen, we all don't like the negative emotions of a woman. So why are you going to do something that's going to get a reaction from a woman in a negative way that you don't want, right? Classic scenario. Woman wants man to just listen to her problems, not fix them. Well, that is true for the most part. But a good man's going to say, babe, I completely understand what you're saying and what you're going through. I know you can handle this. I know you've got this. But if you'd like my support and my help, I'd be happy to help you. If you want to do it on your own, I respect that. What would you like, babe? Babe, you would really help me with this? Yeah, babe. I love you. I care about you. I'd do anything for you. Right? Right? It's not that they don't want your support. They want to be appreciated and respected, that they're just as capable as you are. It's how you handle it. It's how you come off. Translation, women want to wallow in raw emotions, even if they're negative. Well, they're emotional beings, because that's what female emotion-centric psychology derives catharsis from, and she wants to do so in a social environment. They're emotional all day, every day, wherever they're at. Doesn't matter. They're emotional in their sleep, for Christ's sake. Even when men get this task, they're still on some level translating the situation from her wanting the problem she's bitching about to be fixed to the problem she wants fixed, being that she doesn't have a sounding board to vent at. The reason why women bitch sometimes in relationships is because you weren't there to listen the first time she tried to communicate with you. And if you're not there to listen whenever she wants to communicate with you, why are you with her? It's your fault, guys, right? Now, if she's an emotionally crazy and psychopathic and emotionally unstable woman, right, then I wouldn't even date a woman like that. And if you can't figure that out before you start dating her or get serious with her, you got to get out of that situation as soon as possible. Once you figure out if she's emotionally unstable, you got to get out. Because at that point, it doesn't matter what you say or don't say. It's just not going to work. You're going to be in a very toxic relationship. Let's see. If not outright depressing for men because they see it as a failure to accomplish something and the problem will still remain afterwards. Here's the thing. You can't look at women and their emotions as something that you can fix. And if you can't fix it, you feel useless. You guys have to understand that. Women are emotional beings all day, every day, like the number 8. They respond to everything emotionally, once again, based on how they're feeling in the present moment. That's just who they are. Sometimes they just want to vent. Sometimes they just want to be heard. Sometimes they want your feedback. But here's the thing. If you're understanding to that, they're respectful to it, and they're good to you, and they feel safe around you, and you're getting constant sex, and you go hiking with them, you have fun with them, outside of these moments every now and then, no problem. But if you're not getting anything, you're not getting any sex, all she does is whine and bitch all day, you got to get rid of that. Instead, let me see, hold on a second. Instead, they spend their energy trying to find a way to fix the actual problem. If they seek outside input, it is usually because they're at an impasse as to how to fix the problem themselves, and they want practical input from an outside source that might notice something they missed, which might lead to fixing the damn problem. Well, that was kind of a run-on sentence there, man, that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. The bottom line is this, dude. Women are emotional beings. If they have an issue, whether it involves you or not, they're going to want to talk to you and they're going to want to be heard. You listen, right? And then you ask, babe, would you like, my thoughts? Would you like help with this or do you got this, babe? You tell me. Would you like my help or do you want to handle this on your own, right? And when you approach them that way, they feel appreciated, they feel heard, they feel respected, okay? Just like the same way you want to be respected, right? This is an insane oversimplification. What the fuck, LOL? Men and women are not that different. Dude, you're wrong. Men and women are complete. Listen to this. This is an insane oversimplification. This is from a woman here. Flower power. No wonder. What the F, LOL? Men and women are not that different. I'm going to leave that one alone. I've been saying all along. This is an emotional response right here, proving how female you are, man. How feminine you are, right? Men and women are completely different. Women are emotional first. Men are logical first. Then women can reason with logic afterwards. Then men might shed some emotion after they logically look at things in the first place. That's that. All right. We are at 1 hour and 34 minutes. I'm going to read this real quick here before I take another break and then come back to the last 2 Reddit postings. So I'm going to read this here. It's from the subreddit Nice Guys. It's called Emotional Tampon. And it looks like this poster posted a screenshot from their phone titled, "The Friend Zone is the End Zone." American Ape 7.1 What's going on here? American Ape 2.0. Did you change your channel name, dude? Dream, are you trying to confuse me, man? Let me go to the back end here. Oh, you changed your channel name on the fly from American Ape 2.0 to American Ape 7.1. Dream, are you trying to confuse people, bro? Like, you literally came in here, you bought a membership with your new American Ape 2.0 channel, and then you changed the name while you're in here to American Ape 2.0. Dream, you are a unique individual, but I love you like a brother, dude. It's all good. Sloopy, hey, what's going on, man? Hey, coach, you see me? I'm halfway up the mountain. I got reception. Good to see you. That's great, bro. Are you here in the U.S., dude, or I'm sure you don't want to say where you're hiking because you don't want people to come after you, but example purposes, change your view, coach. Coach, you're a wonderful man. Down with Betamons. I wonder if example purposes is a Sicily A10. It's either him or somebody else. Anyway. Let me see here. Tampon companies need to hook Eli up as much as he is promoting them this stream. Okay, well, I certainly don't need tampons, Holly. But okay. Let's see. Holly says, but men can be more emotional than women. I have seen that a lot. That's because these men are Betamons. The Betamons are overly emotional, Holly. You know that. 97% of the men in this world are Betamons, 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 Betamons. You're right, Holly, and that's not masculine behavior. It's not. Just do a video call, Eli. It's not a big deal. I don't like video chatting at night. I doll myself up for these shows, and I'm not going to sit here and have myself all dolled up for these video calls. And the selfie camera on these phones, you know, they make your head look all weird and things, right? It's like it's not an accurate depiction of who you are. Plus, I think it's very superficial. It's basically the woman saying, I think you're cute in your pictures, and I like how you are, but I want to make sure that I don't waste a minute of my time meeting someone that may possibly catfish me. Tell her you're live streaming. Well, that's what I was saying. I'll tell her to come watch me on YouTube. What do women think of your career as a life coach? Some like it. Some are guarded by it because they think I'm some player. Some women think, oh, you're a life coach, so you're going to run your game on me. Well, here's the thing. I don't like playing games. But I'm going to do me and be me and give myself the best chance of finding the best possible woman to have a life with. The women that discuss, oh, you're a life coach, so you're going to play your game on me, it never works out. The women that say, oh, that's cool. You must be in the personal development like myself. I love that. I love a guy that's worked on himself, right? Yeah, I've been, doing personal development on myself for the last 20 years or so. And, I've learned a lot about the modern world, blah, blah, blah. So, no, some are cool with it and some are thrown off by it. Just like with anyone. Some people like certain things and some people don't. Information Man Show says, right, American Ape 7.1 with a bunch of hearts and the 100 emoji. Thank you, Dream. Exactly, Coach. Women are complicated. Yeah, but they're only as complicated as you allow them to be, Dream. Right? And here's the thing. Some are less complicated than others. You want to learn how to identify the complicated ones from the non-complicated ones, and that way you dismiss the complicated ones and focus on the ones that are less complicated. You want to focus on the women that are going to make it as easy for you as possible to get to know them, meet them, make love with them, have sex, get in a relationship with them and see where it goes. But the women that make it more difficult are being passed up by the women that simplify the process. Men want it simple. If we can get something easier elsewhere, we're going to go get it as easy as possible. We're not going to jump through hoops just to make a woman happy. Unless you're a beta mon, you'll do anything. But that will never work for you anyway because you're being beta. All right. The friend zone is the end zone. Remember, guys, when a girl friend zones you, she is politely saying she wants you to be an accessory in her life. Accessory. Accessory. Translated, it means she wants you to give her all of your resources, money, be her therapist, buy her stuff, take her to dinners, do everything that you'd want with a woman in a relationship without sex. Do you want to be an extra in anyone's movie? Nope. Be the star of your movie. Improve yourself. Work on stuff you find amazing. I don't care if that's video games and comic books or football and baseball. You will attract a flock of women that will love you for you. If you're in the video games and you make a career out of it and you make $1 million doing it a year or so, like some of these gamers do, there are women that love that. There are female gamers. If you're a guy that's a gamer, you're going to want to go and find a woman that's a gamer because any other woman is not going to be cool with it. Okay? Like attracts like. I have experienced this firsthand. Indifference is the goal. Right. Indifference makes a difference. Like right now with these women, I'm indifferent. I'm like, let's trade numbers and let's talk. How about a video chat? No, regular phone call works for me just fine. Okay, cool, but I'm not free tonight. Okay, cool. I'll text you anyway and just get back to me when you can. Have a great night. No problem. She's probably got other guys she's talking to tonight that she's already planned. That's cool. She's 35. She's cute. She's got lots of options, right? But guess what? I'm going to be the one that gives her the least amount of attention. And I'm going to be the one that's the most cool and laid back and patient. And when all these other guys screw up, guess what's going to happen? Oh, Eli, I'm so sorry. I've just been real busy the past couple of days. I've had, all this stuff to do at work and my family. No, man, you've been busy talking with other guys that you perceived were better looking or something, right? But now you realize these guys are pigs and they're needy and thirsty men. And now you're coming back to the one guy that gave you all the space in the world and said, hey, I'll text you and you get back to me when you feel like it, right? And while you're doing that, I'll talk to 60 other women, right? No problem. No worries. The abundant mindset, right? Indifference is the goal. Watch James Bond and master the art of not caring. That's what Coach Corey Wayne says. You got to be like a charming James Bond. Because even when the women tell James Bond, I'm not coming home with you tonight. And he's like, okay. Well, I look forward to seeing you later. Have a good night. And he walks away, right? And what happens in every James Bond movie? A couple hours later, he's banging the hot chick in his bed, right? Because he's indifferent. He's like, I don't give a shit. You're sitting here, telling me, I'm not gonna, you're not gonna be in my bed tonight or anything like that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's in his head, he's thinking it's your loss, but he's not saying that. He's like, okay, well, I look forward to seeing you later tonight or in the future or whatever. Have a good night. And he walks away, right? Stops giving her attention to the point of where she's like, damn, I've never had a guy walk away before. This guy is interesting. Wow, now I'm curious. Next thing you know, she knocks on his door. He lets her in. Oh, I thought you weren't going to be coming over tonight. Well, I changed my mind. Then she throws him down. And boom, it's all good. Indifference makes all the difference. Master the art of not caring. It's not about not caring. It's about being indifferent. It's about not being attached to any particular outcome and just letting things happen. If they don't happen, move on to the next. But you have to have a lot of options to do that, right? Girls are not as visual as you think they are. Oh, nowadays they are. You're wrong. They're actually more visual than men. They need to have complete sexual attraction or it's not going to happen. They have too many options. They want a man of passion, not some simp they will hand them their purse at the bar. That's true, but they also don't want a jerk either. You have to be well balanced. If you are passionate about stuff you think girls think are nerdy or inadequate, here's a surprise. There are thousands of women that love that shit just as much as you do. Right. Like I said with the video game stuff. If you're a gamer into games, right? Go and find a woman that loves games too. Because if you don't, most other women that aren't gamers do not want to date a gamer because they see you guys as complacent and not wanting to do anything else. A woman that's a gamer is going to be more understanding to what you have to do, right? Remember, no simp September. This was written, I believe, last year. Just do you, and the spoils of war will follow. And if a girl puts you there, politely say, thanks for letting me know, but I don't want to be your friend. Right. Call me if you change your mind. This person's been watching Corey Wayne. Then walk away and never look back. This is a Coach Corey Wayne written post. The James Bond thing, Corey Wayne refers to James Bond all the time, the charming James Bond. You know, if they try to friend zone you, you say this, listen, I'm not interested in being just friends. Well, she may say, well, why do you ask? Or why is that, right? Well, because I think you're sexy, I think you have a great personality, and I'm seeking something romantic and not platonic. But if you're not into that right now, if you're not looking for that, I'm going to let you go. But give me a call if you change your mind. Then you turn, you walk away, you never look back. You don't let her get another word in. You just go away, and you never call her, never text her, never email her. You pretend like she doesn't exist, right? And when you do that, being indifferent in that way and standing up for yourself is going to be more attractive to her than any other guy. And she may just call you. Maybe she won't, but she may just call you and say, wow, this guy's different. I wasn't feeling it, but now I am. Why? I'm confused why I feel it. No, ma'am. The reason why you feel it is because he's being a man. He passed your test. You're testing his strength. You try to friend zone him. And you know he wants more than just a friendship, right? And he was honest with you, unlike most other guys that are beta mons, right? The beta mons will pretend to be your friend, try to get with you, right? And you pick up on that, it turns you off. This guy's being real. I'm not interested in being friends. I'm looking for something romantic. If that's not what you're seeking, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for your time. But give me a call to change your mind. Turn, walk away, never look back. That's it. Indifference makes a difference. Like with these women here, I'm busy today, tomorrow. They're probably talking to other guys. Right? Okay, cool. You're busy. No problem. I'll text you. Give me a call when you have some free time. Whether you hear from them or not, no big deal. Why? Because you've got 70, 80 others in the queue. Right? Right? No worries. So true. Oh, there was a response there. He was screenshotting this post. So I'm not going to read any of the comments here because I have a lot more to go over, and we've already been on the air for 1 hour and 49 minutes. I need to step away and take a break here for a second. But if you want to check this out, go to the subreddit Friendzone and just look up emotional tampon. Search for emotional tampon posting, and you'll find the comments there. But yeah, a good posting there. This is basically a guy that's been a student of Coach Corey Wayne that I respect a lot. And yeah, this is a great refresher for me, but for anyone that's watching my stream, maybe you've heard of Corey Wayne. I believe somebody that's here right now, Paul Simmons, A-Sisley A10 is here. I've been out of the dating game for too long. How you doing, A10? I think that's A10, right? Remember correctly? You watch Coach Corey Wayne, and you understand this stuff. So, you know what? I forgot to switch back to the browser screen after I switched temporarily to full screen. I had a feeling I was going to do that. Well, there is the posting there in case anybody wants to see it on the screen. I wasn't showing it on the screen while I was reading it, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. All right, let's now go back to full screen and cue up some more royalty-free YouTube music and then come back and read the last two postings. These are going to be interesting, more interesting. First one is how to build a harem of male slaves who serve your every whim. This is interesting. And then strategy 40 plus. FDS women, female dating strategy women, the long game. This is their strategy. Okay? It's going to be interesting. And it's going to share a woman's checklist. When you hear this, oh my God. Wow. It's just going to make you go, wow. That's all. So let's cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Just a second here. Let me see here. Give me a second here. Let's see. Almost there, almost there. Let's see here. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a quick break. It'll be a little bit shorter this time, probably just about maybe 6 or 7 minutes, and then we're going to get to the last two Reddit postings before we wrap things up. So stick around, stick around, stick around, stick around, stick around. We'll be right Oh yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back, and I sent somebody a link to this YouTube live stream. I'll share more about that in just a second. That silent partner and on our side from the YouTube audio library. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta feel it, gotta feel it, gotta feel it. Energy up, energy up, energy up. Do you feel it? I'm here to help each and every one of you feel good. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, how the hell is anyone else going to feel good about you? Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. All right. Like my good buddy, A Sicily 10 says, when he's here in the chat, he's like, settle down, coach. You got a show to run. Settle down, coach. Yeah, that's all right. I want to give each and every one of you an abundance of energy so you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires, right? Yeah. All right. Welcome back to the third and final segment of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on the Coach Eli Television Network, primarily broadcasting live on YouTube in high quality at 1080p, 60 frames per second at youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. That's youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. We're also simulcasting live on Facebook and D Live. If you're on Facebook and D Live, come on over to YouTube at youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. Subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications, and you'll get everything, because the only things that I simulcast everywhere are these in-studio live streams. When I do mobile live streams or pre-recorded videos, or even if you become a channel member on YouTube, you get special members-only videos. You'll only get that additional content on YouTube. So consider coming over there or over here to YouTube and subscribing. And make sure you bang the bell and then select all notifications, or you may not get every notification. And I'm worthy of your notifications because I care about you. I care about each and every one of you. I want to help each and every one of you get the best possible grip on your lives, so that way each and every one of you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart or hearts desire. I'll say this real quick before we get right back to it. So that lady that I was responding to while I was on the air, don't worry, ma'am, if you're watching for a second here, I don't share anything private out there at all. I decided to send her the link to this stream because I want you to know, ma'am, I'm not catfishing you. I'm actually a good guy. I'm just really not into like video chatting on the phone, because I do it for a living all day, every day. I doll myself up, it's a figure of speech, right? And after I'm done, doing this for a living, I just want to kick back on my couch and have a nice conversation with a nice, good woman like yourself and get to know you. That's all it is, right? So, it's not that I'm trying to catfish you. I'm here, I'm live in much higher quality on YouTube than you'll see me on these damn smartphones, right? Because I've got the top of the line, I got the iPhone 12 Pro Max, not trying to show off. And it's a great phone. But, the video chatting is, I've never really been into that when getting to know women. My pictures depict me accurately because I know if I show up looking any different than my pictures, doesn't matter how nice of a guy or good of a guy I am, doesn't matter, how well I take care of myself financially, mentally, emotionally. If the physical attraction is not there and I don't look like I look at my pictures, it's a waste of my time and your time. But welcome to the show. If you're here, ma'am, stick around if you want to find out, a little bit more about what I'm all about and how I help people get a better grip on their lives. Actually, on a business and personal level. American Ape 7.1 channel member, I love your music, coach. Well, thank you, bro. I have to use music from the YouTube audio library because it's safe from copyright and become a monetized channel. And, ads run on my channel via YouTube and Google. I don't want to get demonetized and not make the ad revenue, So, but I appreciate that, American Ape. My wife is needy and emotional, says American Ape 7.1. Well, Dream, you've told me, well, American Ape, you're known as American Dream. You're Mike. I know you, bro. We've talked before privately on the phone. You've told me that you're going to divorce your wife, bro, because you don't feel it anymore and you keep hanging on. But that's on you, bro. Listen, you got to understand, like, with no disrespect to women, most, if not all, women are needy and emotional. That's normal. That's biologically normal, bro. And if you don't understand that about women, bro, then maybe it's better for you to be single, brother. I mean, that's just the way women are. And he says, that's good advice, coach. I appreciate that, right? Like I keep saying, American Ape, with no disrespect to women, women respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Then they reason with logic. I'm not saying they're not logical creatures, but they're emotional beings first. They have to, they basically respond to everything according to their feelings. They want to feel good about the guy they're with, right? And when you approach a woman, you have to take that into consideration. You have to take their feelings into consideration, because if you say something that hurts their feelings, Dream, they're not going to feel good. They're gonna get emotional, more emotional, maybe become more needy, maybe become upset. Do you want a woman like that, bro, or do you want a happy and satisfied woman? It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. Holly Hopeful and Blessed, channel member and moderator. Okay, everyone, have a good night. I have to get to bed. Well, thanks for stopping by, Holly. Appreciate it. Have yourself a great night. And let's talk privately soon on some collaborations, okay? Paul Simmons, sounds like sloppy seconds and desperation. Is that not the case? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Paul. Be more specific in the chat. Paul says, I've been out of the dating game for too long. Well, why is that? Is it by choice? Or are you just having a hard time connecting with a good woman? American Ape says, you look awesome in HD 1080 pixel. Well, when I got my new laptop a few months ago, Dream, I switched from broadcasting 1080p 30 frames per second to 1080p 60 frames per second. It's a lot smoother now. And my new laptop has a better sound card, so the audio should sound much better for you as well. American Ape 7.1, you rock, coach. You're my mentor. I appreciate that, Dream. Anytime you need help, bro, you know how to reach me, bro. My phone is open to you, brother. What the hell is this? I'm getting an incoming call from some woman on this app. I'm like live on the air. Do these, this is with no disrespect. I love women, but do these women think that I'm sitting by my phone waiting for their call? Why wouldn't they just say, hey, are you free for a call at this time? What if I called you out of the blue at 10 o'clock at night, and let's say you were some other guy making out on your couch? How would you feel about that? I've had a few women just call me randomly through this app. And it's annoying as hell. It really is. With no disrespect, right? I mean, respect's a two-way street. These ladies wouldn't want guys calling them out of the blue, so why do they feel they can call me out of the blue? Like, I don't mind talking, but let's schedule a time. And I'm live on the air on YouTube right now. Huh. She goes, I called you, and now she's like, you can call me back at this number. I honestly only want to find one good woman to have a life with. That's it. I share these stories because the dating world is very overwhelming. And ma'am, to the woman I gave the link to this stream, I really would like to get to know you. You seem like a good woman. And I can focus on getting to know one good woman at a time and give it a chance, right? So I'm just letting you know, and I'm letting everyone know. It's not that I want to date multiple women, but women will fall off like flies. They have other options. We have other options as guys. We're looking for the best match. Queen, I sent her the link already. Maybe she's watching. Maybe she'll catch the replay. Who knows? Maybe she's busy. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be. But at least if she's watching, she'll get an idea of the type of guy I am. And, this is me. This is the real me. Maybe she'll think this is too much. Who knows? To each its own, right? All right. Let's get back to the last two Reddit postings here. Let's go to the email browser source and go to the subreddit Female Dating Strat Pros, which is a subsidiary of the subreddit Female Dating Strategy, FDS. It's interesting to me that, like I said earlier, these women have a dating strategy, which is basically, a logical thought process of dating. When again, like I said, women are emotional beings. They respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. So any strategy that you ladies would even put towards dating almost wouldn't matter, because what matters the most to you ladies is how you feel about the guy, how he makes you feel mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? And the title of this posting is How to Build a Harem of Male Slaves Who Serve Your Every Whim. How to build a harem of male slaves who serve your every whim. And they call the members of this group Queens. Beautiful. Queens, it is time for us to be honest with ourselves. There just aren't enough good men to go around. Well, ladies, we can say the same thing about women on the flip side. With the rise of matriarchy has come increasing economic power for women. You women are liberated nowadays. You're independent. You don't need a man for survival. You buy your own homes, your own cars. We get that, right? And along with it, a dearth of men who can meaningfully provide. But you don't need us to provide anymore because you're independent, right? There are good guys like me that would provide, but women don't want that anymore. So we're looking for two equals in the relationship now, right? We each contribute equally, right? On the one hand, this has been empowering in the sense that it has given us women more freedom and autonomy and more sexual liberation too, ladies. That's what you're saying. But on the other hand, it has led to the grim reality that many high-value females, HVF, high-value females, just can't find men who are truly worthy of being in a relationship with them. Well, there are a lot of beta males nowadays, and there are a lot of men that are not financially responsible or independent. A lot of men are insecure, they're weak, they're needy, they're desperate, right? And they're just not attractive to you. I get that. I try to help men understand that, especially here in the Bay Area where I live. There are a lot of men in the high-tech world that are good-looking guys and make good money. They've got everything going for them, but they lack social skills, right? And they're weak, needy, desperate, and insecure men. And they try to go on dates with these good women, but they don't realize that because they're acting more feminized, the woman can't respect that. Because a woman can't respect a man that she perceives to be weak or weaker than her. And I'm not saying that women are weak. Women are not weak. But if a woman perceives you to be weaker than her, how's she going to, feel comfortable being around you and trust you that you can protect her if you two encounter any danger while you're out? Faced with this dire prospect, what is a high-value female to do? Go WGTOW? That's called women going their own way. It's a version of the MGTOW, men going their own way movement, where men have just decided to withdraw from women because the stove is too hot in the modern dating world. Because the divorce rate's 60%, Men are getting taken for half their money, but what a lot of men don't get nowadays is because of women, or is due to women being the breadwinners in 30% of the households. That when women go through divorce in those cases where they're the breadwinner, they lose half their stuff too. So it doesn't matter. It could be men or women. Okay. Become a full-time careerist, swear off relationships with men entirely. These are young women in their 20s here. Certainly such choices are within your power as a woman, but here at Female Dating Strategy Pros, we believe we can do better, perhaps finding just one high-value male or man who is truly your equal is not in the cards. Well, here I am. I'm out here, but it's still difficult to find the right one. But that doesn't stop you from building a whole harem of low-value men who exist merely to serve and cater to your every whim. Those are the beta males. They'll be your therapist. They'll, provide you with resources that you may need. They'll just give you everything, even if they're not in a romantic relationship with you. So in the meantime, some of the ladies that take advantage of these men for their resources until they hopefully one day come across that high-value man that they crave, right? As women, it is our God-given right to be served and worshipped by men. Oh, wait a minute here. Hold on a second. Ah, boy. Certainly, such choices are within your power as a woman, but here at FDS Pro, we believe we can do better. Perhaps finding just one high-value male who is truly your equal is not in the cards, but it doesn't stop you from building the whole harem of low-value men who just exist merely to serve and cater to every whim. I already read that. The line I wanted to read again was, as women, it is our God-given right to be served and worshipped by men, no matter their class, social status, or race. Well, ladies, here's the thing. In the days of traditionalism, where you didn't have equal rights and you needed us men for survival, we were more willing to worship you because it wouldn't turn you off and you needed us for survival. Nowadays, you ladies are equal to us, right? Which is fine. It should have always been that way, right? But you ladies want your cake, and you want to bake your cake and eat it too. You want to make your bed and then lay in it again, right? If it's not about not being good to your woman. I am good to the women I've been with. I want a good woman, I'll be good to her. And I will treat her with respect, but I will treat her with the same level of respect that she treats me. Now, if she treats me like shit, I'm not going to treat her like shit. I'm just going to say it's not working out and move on, right? This is what you ladies think you want. You think you want to be worshipped by a man. So what happens? You got these thirsty beta males that worship you, right? And what happens? You start feeling weird. You're like, something doesn't feel right here. I don't feel the same. What's happening, ma'am, is the fact that the guy is kissing your ass. He's putting you on a pedestal. He's not being himself. He's being a people pleaser. And it's not authentic. It's turning you off because you don't trust his masculine core. He's acting more feminine than masculine. But yet, you're coming out here saying, it is our God-given right to be served and worshipped by men. Whoa! No matter their class, social status, or race, the definition of a high-value woman is a woman who cashes in on that right. I would never date a woman with this attitude. Never. I'm a good guy. I will be good to a woman in every way. I'm not a cheap guy. I'll take her to nice dinners. We can getaways. I will do my part. But if she expects this stuff, especially in the modern world where she's liberated, independent, and equal, and she's going to pull this, no. You ladies say you want it equal, but you're acting like you want to be above men. And that's not cool. That's unattractive. In the old days, we would do that by marrying a man well above us in looks, money, and status. And you had no rights back then, ladies, and you had no other choice but to be with a good man, or you wouldn't survive. You're liberated now, and you can do whatever the hell you want, anytime, and that's fine, right? Can't have it both ways, right? Sounds like you ladies want to bake your cake and eat it too. Where's the give here, right? But today, we have to think more strategically, which is not a part of your natural essence, your emotional beings first, logical thinkers second. In a world where the average man can't possibly measure up to even the lowest of women, that's not true. You're stereotyping, you're generalizing there. This is a very angry and bitter woman that's had a few bad experiences and thinks that every man is like that. Building a harem of man-slaves is an excellent way to ensure male service without having to commit to just one, as if he were some kind of equal. This is the worst posting I've ever seen any woman write. And I don't hate women, but I cannot respect a woman or any human being that thinks like this. With that in mind, here are 5 concrete steps to building a harem of men who will serve your every whim. Let me check out the chat here real quick. Oh man, it's a 28-day program in Abilene, Texas. What are you talking about, Dream? Oh, Dream, are you going to rehab? I think that's what Queen was saying. Yeah, and what about the rehab, Dream? Dream, yeah, you do need to get some rehab, bro. I'm glad you're considering it. American 8, that is, known as American Dream. All right, what are those 5 concrete steps? Select your scrotes. Women are now calling us guys scrotes, which I can't even talk, which is short for scrotums. Scrotum, right? You know, the sack of skin attached to our pee-pee, right? We're scrotes. Well, we call them chicks, they call us scrotes, right? Selecting a collection of scrotes who will be in your harem is a crucial step to getting a full harem of submissive men. Submissive men? Is that what you ladies really want? You want feminized, submissive men. You're already female, and you think you're attracted to feminized, submissive men, right? Who will serve your every whim. Ladies, that's what you think you want, submissive men, right? Then you date the beta males, and you get turned off, and you lose respect for them. It's not about what you think you want, it's what you respond to. You don't respond to feminized, submissive men. This is just an angry and bitter woman. The key is to know which roles the scrotes will play. In general, you should have at least 6 men in your harem. Okay, so you're going to have 6 guys that you're sleeping with and pass along every disease you get from them to me, right? No, thank you. I just won't date you. Assigned various roles like Chad, guy who fucks. Cash slave, guy who gives money for nothing in return. Emotional tampon, guy who does construction projects, etc. Ideally, 1 or 2 of these guys you'll actually be sleeping with. The rest will be pure slaves who exist only to service your material needs. So they're going to give you all their resources and get nothing in return. Okay, that's lovely. Flirt with the scrotes. Once you have found a half dozen or so scrotes to get in your harem, the next thing you need to do is begin flirting with them. Send them texts, message them on social media, do whatever you can to get their attention. Make lots of vague innuendo suggesting that they may get laid if they interact with you. Once they are hooked, you can move on to step 3. Right. So make them think that they're going to get the pussy and don't give them it, right? No disrespect with the P. It's just what us guys say. Okay. Sounds fair to me. This is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious. So after you do that and you reel these guys in and you manipulate them to think that they have a chance with you by dangling the carrot, right? Then you start moving over to step number 3 and start asking for favors. After you've been flirting with the scrotes for a while, you can begin asking them for favors. At first, you should start small. Right. So that way they don't think like you're taking advantage of them. You start small so it's simple, and then you get them hooked and getting them thinking that if they do this and the more they do for you, they're going to have a chance for the promised land. No, that's why I do what I do. I help men stay away from ladies like this. I also help women stay away from guys like this too. It works both ways. For example, by asking them to pick up something you dropped. Later, you can escalate to bigger requests like rides, help with moving, and building a deck for you. The key is to escalate the request gradually and always keep flirting to make them think they may eventually get laid. I like hanging around these ladies' forums. This is pathetic. This is despicable. This is a disgrace to femininity right here. This is a disgrace. Get your comments in the chat. I want to hear what you ladies have to say in the chat. You guys too. In doing so, you ensure that they stay invested in you. Right. And a guy like me, if you try to pull this shit on me, you get your walking papers, sweetheart. Listen, I respect the women that deserve respect, and I'm a good guy. But this is bullshit. This is not what feminism was created to be. This is not what your independence was made to be. It was made to give you equal rights and equal opportunities like men have always had. Doesn't mean now you come in and start controlling men and dangling the carrot, leading them to believe they're going to get the promised land just so you can string them along and keep getting free favors from them, resources. At least she's honest, I'll tell you that. Number 4, nag and manipulate when they don't comply. Eventually, you'll start running into the problems of scrotes, refusing to obey your commands. I would never even agree to any single one of these commands. I would pick up on your BS literally within like 5 minutes of talking with you on the phone before even meeting you if it was a dating site. What you must do here is not to scream at them, but nag and manipulate until they submit. Say things like, "Aw, sweetie, a whittled deck building project too much for you? Poor boo-boo." This will make him question his masculinity so much that he must fulfill your desires in order to avoid feeling like an emasculated beta. This is a woman that knows the game. This woman has got to be at least in her 30s, maybe her 40s. This woman knows the game. She's well-versed. Here's the thing, sweetheart, whoever wrote this out there on Reddit, if I was a guy, first of all, if I was a guy and talking with you, like I said, it wouldn't go past 5 minutes. But I would never, ever, ever do any of this stuff if we weren't in a romantic relationship and sex was happening. Not because that's all I want. I do want sex, and so do good women, right? But I want something real that has intimacy involved. And if there's no intimacy, sex involved, then I know you really aren't into me and you're just using me and dangling it on a carrot to try to get this stuff like you're saying here. This is pathetic. This is the most pathetic posting I've ever seen any woman write. Any person write in general, male or female. This is absolutely asinine. It is. Keep the scrotes from knowing about each other, right? Because the moment they find out you've got 5 guys on backup status, right? Or 5 guys actively in the rotation, right? They're gonna be gone, right? This is crucial. In order to have your harem of scrotes in regular rotation, you must prevent them from knowing about each other's existence. This can lead to violence, which may backfire on you. Always, always, always assign your harem slaves different roles and make sure they can be fulfilled at different times of the day. The one exception to this is your sex scrote. He should know about all the man servants you have working for you, as this will increase your value in his eyes and make him feel privileged. I would never be with a woman like this, and I would pick up on her game just like that. This woman is targeting 97% of the men in this world, like I've been talking about, that are the beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, beta mons. And there you have it. 5 simple steps to build your very own harem of male slaves who will serve your every whim. If practiced correctly, these strategies will work on virtually any man you can envision. It won't work on me, sweetheart. It wouldn't work on me. Even before I read this, I already knew that many women have been playing these games for a while now. So even the highest of chads can be turned into a garden variety cook slave with a little patience. As a woman, you deserve this. So go out there and get it. I'm not even going to read the comments here. I'm moving on to the next one, because that was absolutely the worst posting I've ever seen, ever. American Ape 7.1 in the chat says on YouTube, my weakness is a woman's beauty. I see a hot babe and I become helpless. That's beta male action or activity, American Ape. You don't want to act beta, bro. You have to respect yourself. It's nice that a woman is beautiful. I can appreciate a woman's beauty, but I'm not fazed by it, right? I'm not going to let a woman's beauty faze me from getting to know who she really is deep inside. What matters most, American Ape, is how she is beyond her looks. You don't want to be with a woman, American Ape, that's hot on the outside and has a shitty personality on the inside and is going to make your life miserable. Same thing for you ladies. You don't want to be with a hot guy that's going to be a terrible person deep within and treat you like crap, right? It works both ways. Example purpose, that American Ape 7.1. Love a nice woman in her 20s. I actually don't even consider dating women in their 20s. The absolute youngest woman I would date at age 47 is probably 30 or 31. I prefer to date a woman at least 34 or 35. You know? But it just depends. It depends on their maturity. Depends how they are. Example purposes, Beta Mon song? Yes, it's my Beta Mon song, the Beta Mons. Right. All right, we are at 2 hours and 34 minutes. Let's get to the last Reddit posting and call it a night. Let me see here. All right, this is from the actual FDS, Female Dating Strategy subreddit. I'm still a member here. They haven't booted me. 182,000 queens leveling up. I love how they call themselves queens. That's awesome. I'm a king then, right? And the topic is strategy, 40 plus female dating strategy women, the long game. Strategy, 40 plus female dating strategy women, the long game. Discussion. Edit. I've edited to be clear. Okay. He isn't recently divorced. His divorce is more recent than hers. As I understand it, they have been together for 2 years, and he was divorced for 2 when they met, and he had to have been separated for at least a year before he was divorced, so that's at least 5 years ago. I don't know the exact ages of his kids, but hers are 14 and 16. His are younger. They're not toddlers or babies, definitely school-aged, and he parents them alone every other week and has been doing that for the last 5 or so years. I don't think he's looking for a new mommy. He actually seems like a decent man. I'm just surprised she is considering living with any man. Seems like such a risk at this stage of life. Okay. Looks like you added that, but to the top of your original posting. So what did you write originally? A lot of posts on FDS. FDS is Female Dating Strategies. We're just going to call it FDS for the rest of the show. Are by and for young women. They're about avoiding trading youth for a parasitic wastrel, avoiding living with marrying or bearing children to a miscreant. We know what we don't want, and we continue to help young women avoid the mistakes we made. That's not true. You see, like I keep saying all along, with no disrespect, you ladies wasted your 20s. You went to college, got a degree, that's great. But you also hooked up with the Chad and Tyrones because they were the most attractive guys. They were the best lovers. They made you come the best, right? Right? And when the good guys came around that were, still pretty masculine, but a little less, than the alpha Chad and Tyrone type of guy, right? You surpassed those guys that you could have had something with, right? You ladies went for the bad boys in your 20s because they were very masculine, right? And you were having fun, and you didn't realize that, once you exit your 20s and start hitting your 30s, it's not that you're not going to get any attention anymore. You're going to get less attention once you exit your 20s. And once you exit your 30s, you're going to get even less attention. Why? Because there are men that want to have kids, and women have a biological clock. And a woman's sexual market value is at its peak between the ages of, let's say, 18 or 20. Let's say between the ages of 20 and maybe 35, 36, 37. Why 35, 36, 37? When women start hitting their 40s, they're less fertile. And even if they wanted kids initially, by the time they hit 40, a lot of them say, well, the risk is too great, so we don't want kids anymore. So for a man that wants a family with a woman, he's going to want to be with a woman that's still able to have kids and is still young enough to have healthy eggs to reproduce with, right? And maybe have a couple of kids with. Excuse me a second. So the truth of the matter is, these ladies are angry and bitter now. I'm not saying all women are like this, but these ladies complaining here are angry and bitter because they were out hanging out with the Chad and Tyrones, having good sex, hanging out, having fun, and they passed up a lot of the guys that would have given them what they wanted, right? And now they probably want those guys back, but those guys have learned, hey, you know what? We weren't worthy then, so we're not worthy now, right? And these guys are now looking for younger women in their 20s, even though they're the same age as you in your 30s. And they're getting them. Why? Because they're mature, decent guys, right? For the older women here, though, those of us who didn't find out about FDS until they paid 1,000 different ways for their LVM ex-husband, low-value male. Okay, maybe you were married and the breadwinner, you got taken in divorce. That's possible. Happens to men and women. What is your laundry list for cohabitating with a man? Would you even do it again? Some older divorced women buy a hobby farm and rescue horses, or live in a gorgeous condo and spend 3 months of the year traveling alone or with friends. Some invest their available time in a complex new interest, retrain for a new career, or reboot their health and fitness. All of these seem to have a better return on investment than sinking their faith in a man. You ladies are angry, jaded, and bitter because you gave up your 20s banging the Chad and Tyrones. It's the truth of the matter. No disrespect. There were good men out there, and there are still good men out there. But most of you ladies that are in this state of mind, want the top 10% men, or top 10% of men. 6 feet or taller, 6-figure income or greater, 6-pack abs, and minimum 6 inches or greater below the belt. And most men don't qualify for all that. Some men come close, and you still won't give them a chance, right? You're angry and bitter because while you were in your prime, in your 20s, you passed up on a lot of good guys to be with the alpha chads, and you try to convert the alpha chads into the marrying type, and they weren't up for it. Because why? Because you were one of 10 girls they were banging, whether they told you or not. Come on, we need a little more honesty in these forums here. Some women will stay happily single after their divorce, content to pass on their wisdom of how not to choose a low-value mate. Some will want another shot at mutually beneficial, but is it valuable? They're talking about mutually beneficial relationship with a man. Yet live apart. Some will want to remarry, and despite the FDS advice, female dating strategy advice, against being the forever girlfriend, some will choose to live with a long-term relationship but not marry again for whatever reason, because they were probably the breadwinner with the man they were with, and they probably had half their money taken. Just like if the man's the breadwinner, he has half his money taken, right? In a divorce. The divorce rate is also 60%. I don't blame people for not wanting to get married a second time. I'm still open to it. I've never done it. Just haven't found the right person. But I'm going to certainly be careful of who I get married to. I'm going to make sure it's the right person. A close friend of mine who has been divorced for 8 years and was single for about 5 years after her divorce has been in a relationship now with a man for 2 years, and they are talking about moving in together. It is honestly not something I've ever considered. I was totally blown away by her news. Why? Because she wants something and you don't? This sister, right, has her shit together. That's great. She's not exactly traveled the world and definitely financially independent, but is totally sound. 2 kids still at home, in their mid-teens, 2 others grown and fully independent. Bills are paid, and both kids at home have part-time jobs. That's fantastic. That's great. Wonderful. Her partner is a contractor. His work is financially consistent, but it can be unpredictable. Okay, so you ladies are looking at this from a financial reliability standpoint. You ladies are going into these relationships and you're looking at it from a monetary aspect. I can understand that to a certain extent, but when you make the entire focus of it, it's a big turnoff, right? He manages it well. His kids are a bit younger. His divorce more recent. His relationship with his ex is okay. I don't think there's been any legal stuff. Certainly not that she's told me. He's a man with some great qualities in my opinion, and nothing he said or she has disclosed to me has made me want to grab her and run screaming for the hills. But that next step, he raised it, not her. I know men need us more than we need them. What? That's what you ladies think nowadays, because you've been liberated and you've been indoctrinated into this culture by the feminist agenda, which is to give you equal rights. You got your equal rights, no problem. I'm all for that. But this is like seeking out special privileges, which men have never had. You're saying, I know men need us more than we need them. This neediness from men is always a huge red flag for me, especially in a 40-plus-year-old man, because he doesn't need a baby maker. If he's child-free at 40 and wants a baby with you, you're breeding stock and nothing else, and you should run a mile or 20. This woman is really jaded and angry and bitter. I agree with you, ma'am, that there are a lot of men that are needy nowadays. When I say 97% of the men in this world are beta males, they're needy, they're weak, they're desperate, they're insecure, right? They're unattractive. Why would you date them in the first place? Why? I'll tell you why. Because the alpha chads that are the type of guy you want and will bang you better than the beta males, right? Okay? They don't want the commitment. So in order to get the commitment, you have to settle for the beta male provider. You'll get everything else you want, but you won't be sexually pleased because you're not really attracted to him in that way. But you have to settle because the guys that you think you want the relationship with don't want one with you, right? And then you have those middle ground guys like me. I'm not like the alpha Chad or the Tyrone, right? But I'm also not a beta male. I'm the average in the middle guy. I make decent money. I take care of myself. I'm a good lover. I'm energetic. But you ladies pass me up too. You can't bake your cake and eat it too. You can't make your bed and lay in it. right? It's your choice. You ladies know what you're doing. They know what they're doing. This lady is just whining here because she's a bit jaded regarding what's happened to her. So she's just lashing out. And I get it. We've all done that a time or two. So what does he need? I'm trying not to let that tint my advice. I am very close with her, but she hasn't ever confided any big issues between them. He probably has issues, emotional issues, unresolved emotional issues that stem back to his childhood. Whenever I'm dating someone, I ask about their relationship with their mom and dad. Were their parents together? Are they still together? How is her relationship with her mom and her dad? That's very important. Men and women that come from a broken household are more likely to be behaving like this man is behaving here. You know, he's acting very needy because he didn't get that nurturing love from his parents, right? Sounds great, right? Then why worry? Because it's not something I do. So I didn't know what to say to her when she asked what I thought. It is not something she's done before either, as she's been on her own for almost as long as me. We do have other friends with similar issues, but haven't discussed it collectively. I'm thinking that might be on the cards, should be in the cards. But okay, who's counting spelling and grammar? A FDS 40 plus monthly book club. So for women over 40, female dating strategies group for women over 40, a book club, to chat about the manscapades of errant middle-aged men and how to avoid their trapping nonsense. So there's dating, then there's living together. What should we expect? What should we expect? We are the basic boundaries you'd have if you were ever going to live with another man. If you're not looking for a man to father, or help raise your kids and you're 40 plus, it's made me stop and think and start an actual list to bring to her. There will be wine, possibly margaritas. I will be keeping the list for my own reference. I'm not going to read in detail everything here, but there are 8 steps here. I'm gonna just go over them real quick. Read just the main part of it, and then I'm gonna check out the chat one last time, and then go off the air. This is absolutely ridiculous. Hey, Sean, how you doing? This is not representative of most women. I agree with you, Sean. This is horrible. These female dating strategy forums on Reddit, I've gotten some great humorous value reading them, and I'm also trying to show guys and other women that this is not normal behavior. It's not. It's not. Give me a second here. All right, nothing happening over on the YouTube side of things. Okay, just 1 second here. All right, so what are these steps here? Vasectomy, not negotiable, full STD screen. I don't care how long we've been sleeping together. I won't live with a grubby dick, and I want a baseline for evidence if you cheat. Basic health check, okay. Now is the time to disclose your addictions because I will find out and I will not coddle you through them. Porn is at the top of the list for immediate rejection. Drugs, alcohol, smoking. All right, social media accounts. She doesn't want you to have them. What do you have? What will you be keeping? This woman is not a healthy woman. This woman is a jaded. This woman, wow. This woman would make most other normal, healthy women cringe. This is ridiculous. Your financial plan until your kids are grown and your plan for retirement. I am not your bank. I'm not your ATM. I'm not your enabler. I swear to God, I wouldn't come within 100 miles of this woman. She smells like a skunk to me. Parenting. My kid has a father and doesn't need another. Your kids have a mom and I'm not getting in between. This has got to be the most horrendous woman I've ever come across. Diet and lifestyle. I shop and meal plan seasonally and weekly because I work a demanding job and we care about what we eat. And I don't have time or desire to spare spare cash to fast food. I do not condone food waste. I compost. I recycle. I turn off lights and unplug appliances. Man, this one would drive me. Listen, I'm a good dude too, and I try to do most of these things that she's saying, right? Now, no one's perfect, right? But for her to list this out as detailed and as lengthy as she wrote this woman is really, really jaded. This woman is really jaded and controlling. And she probably comes from a broken household where all of these things were just messed up. She probably didn't have a good mother to raise her right. Probably didn't have a good father figure. Maybe he was abusive, alcoholic, who knows? But this is just not normal. No normal woman would sit here and write all this shit, which probably took her 3 hours to write. This is lengthy. It's taken me a while to read through this. Number 8, we take responsibility for our own bodies, our physical and mental health, but we respect and support each other's needs. That goes without saying, ma'am. And if the guy's not doing that, then dump him and move on. We loosely schedule time to dance, sing, and clean. That's called being spontaneous, ma'am. We have a simple location-based system to store and log shared household item replacement, toothpaste, tampons, milk, tampons, like my topic, emotional tampons. Don't be the emotional tampon. Also happy to hear from you if you're younger and in the same boat, or if you're now an adult child of a single parent who repartnered while you were still at home or soon after. Here's the last line here. There are many ways to apply the FDS, female dating strategy mindset. And your own dating life is literally only a piece of the big picture. It's a huge piece. Everyone wants to be loved and cared for, no matter what they say, right? But here's the thing. Ladies, I care about you too. And ladies, if you want absolutely zero chance to ever get with any other man again, then do exactly as this woman just stated here, and you will live a lonely, single, and pathetic and miserable life that you don't want to live. It's just unbelievable what I've seen nowadays. Let me go back to full screen to wrap this up here. It's unbelievable what I've seen, or how I've seen not only women but men behave too. But I've just seen women's behavior just. It's really sad. It's not all of them. There are still good women out there. And I put myself out on this dating app that I'll be sharing more about. I haven't mentioned what the app is yet, but I'll be sharing more about this app sometime, over the course of this week. So there are some good women left. There are. It's just a lot of them have, been indoctrinated with this mindset of what this woman wrote. And why does it happen? Because women create forums like this. Female dating strategies, right? There may be some women that are a part of this forum that want really good advice and they're good, sweet women. And then they see all this type of stuff and it brainwashes them to think that, okay, that's the way I need to be too, right? I think what's happening on the female side of things is they're being indoctrinated into a culture by a bunch of jaded women that had a few bad experiences, and now they think that they're entitled to have everything they want in the ways they want it, right? And then they shame men, right? At the same time, right? And now they're trying to get every other decent woman that's still a decent woman. They're trying to get her on board with this BS. It just makes things more difficult for those good women and us good guys that want to be with those good women, right? That's why I do what I do, so I can share with you folks what's really happening and put forth an honest opinion and give you some sound advice. I care about both men and women. I'm not here to bash men or women. But what I've seen in the modern world today is unlike anything I've ever seen. And that's why I'm going to continue to create this content for you folks. For you folks. I'm going to continue creating this content for you folks. So that way you can have the best possible chance of having what you want so you can enjoy life. All right, folks. We are at 2 hours and 57 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank everyone for being here on Facebook. We have Sean was over there and Darren was over there on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you to Queen Helen Casey. Thank you to Sloopy. Coach, I have to go to bed. Another long hike tomorrow. See you later. Thanks for stopping by, Sloopy. Example purposes, thank you for being here. American Ape, a.k.a. American Dream, a.k.a. Mike, thank you for being here and becoming a channel member on your third YouTube account. You're a channel member on 3 accounts at $5 each month, bro. Thank you for that. Did I say Queen Helen Casey already? I think I did. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Paul Simmons. Thank you, Holly Hopeful and Blessed, for being here earlier. And Information Man Show, you were here as well. Thank you for being here. And anyone else that I missed, or anyone else that was watching behind the scenes that wasn't commenting. All right, folks. Have yourselves a great night. I'll see you all next time, more than likely tomorrow. Take care. Bye. Bye.